Hi, my name is Christine and welcome to Garden Yarns. This is where we talk about knitting, crochet, and everything yarn related. Hi, how's everybody doing? I'm doing good. Today is Monday, September 8th. I believe it's been a bit since I've been on, so I do have a lot to show you today. I have one main whip and a number of finished objects, so we'll get right into it for today. I am working on a hat by Viv Crochets. She has a tutorial here on YouTube. It's her easy beanie pattern. I'm using the color unicorn made from Red Heart Itty Bitty Stripes. Bitty Stripes. I might have to get another ball to finish it. I don't have a lot left. Guess I'll just take that out of the wrapper. This is a 4-weight. 10 ounces or 283 grams, 515 yards. There's a label, and it's very pretty, very colorful. For this project, I'm using 5.5mm crochet hook. I couldn't find it for a minute. And I'm marking like she should just where you do the 5 single crochets. This is a 2-row repeat. I guess it goes more like that because you'll fold it in half, or try to, and then it'll have a fold up brim on it. So it'll be like kind of like that. So yeah, this is what I was focusing on today because I finished a few bigger projects. So we'll get started with those. I'll start with the biggest finished object. I finished my stitch baby blanket. This is about 40 inches in height, and I believe close to 36 to 40 inches across. And then I just did a simple self stitch border on it. This is by Daisy Farm Crafts, and I used 5mm crochet hook for this project. This is a 2-row repeat as well, and it looks like a little puff stitch kinda, so you can see it there. This I use Bernat Premium in white, and I get that at my local Walmart store. This is it here. This is a 4-weight as well. It's 100% acrylic, 7 ounces, 198 grams, and 360 yards. And I believe I used, this is my fourth ball, I think. So yeah, I finished that the other day. This is a gift for somebody I know that recently had a baby boy in August. Just grab a sip of tea. Just regular Tetley tea in my Snoopy mug. Excuse me. I showed you the hat. And I also did a couple baskets. This is by Pamela's Adoring Crochet. I used 3 strands held together. I used Pinky Stripes by Bernat Handicrafted Cotton, a white, and a strawberry yarn. The strawberry I have handy. This one here. The pink, I believe I pretty much finished that because I used it in another project, and white. And white I still have a lot. This is Lolly Sugar and Cream, by the way. And for this basket, I went to 11 increases and about 25 rows total. And then the handle. So I loved how this colorway came out. Here's the bottom. And I used a 9mm crochet hook. Been a while since I made a basket, but I've been watching PassioKnits Kelsie, and she's been on a basket kick too, so I figured I'd give it another go. And so yeah, I made this one. And I made this one. This is Lilac Ombre, Orchid, and White. This one I only did 8 rounds for the bottom, but I did similar height. And I used a few more stitches around the handle. So there wasn't much of a gap there. So great little storage containers. Or you can put your yarn in. I also made a hat out of this, and I still have quite a bit left there. So, yeah, very cute. So that's another project done. Passionate Kelsie does her baskets really scrappy. I just decided to play around with a couple variegated and a couple solid colors, and I like that as well. So the basket, that was Pamela's Adoring Crochet video here on YouTube. And I also have another stack of projects here. I tried another bucket hat design. This is by The Secret Yarnery. It's her bucket hat here on YouTube as well. I believe I used a 6mm crochet hook for this. And this is Lolly Sugar and Cream Beach Glass. So between the baskets and this hat, I've been practicing using the magic circle, and I'm starting to like it, because usually I chain 4 or 5 and join in the circle that way. But I'm beginning to, like I said, enjoy the magic circle, so it turned out really cute. So I did that one. And then Passionate Kelsie came out with her own bucket hat design. This used the magic ring as well. This is a color orchid. Hers is a little bit more ruffly. But still very cute. You can play around with the brim a little bit. But I think for me personally, my new favorite bucket hat design is by Krista at the Secret Yarnery. So very cute. Love this color. Of course, it's my favorite color, purple. And I'm still on a hat kit like you saw. I'm doing Viv Crochets hat. I also did this hat. This hat. Oh, was the Yarnspirations Easy Beanie. I think I might have the pattern here somewhere still. Yes, Color Bits crochet hat, so it recommends using the bitty stripe yarn. So I was happy when I found this pattern. It used a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I went up to 5 because that's what I had handy. And this is also in the colorway Unicorn Mane. And this I did in 2 days. I guess I could have used the 4.5 millimeter crochet hook for a little snugger fit, but it might shrink during the washing. But yeah, it turned out really cute. Fits pretty good. And of course, my old favorite Miss Con's knitted beanie. This is a 1x1 ribbing. Has a nice top. This is Unicorn Mane as well, but you guys probably already guessed that. I think I'm still partial to the knitted beanie. Is my favorite as well, although I find the double pointed needles a little tricky with my arthritis hands. I do watch Summer's Tips and Stitches, and she recommended doing my 9 millimeter circular knitting needles. And I do have some. I found Hiya Hiya on Amazon, but these really short needle lengths here are even harder on my hands. I found them a little cumbersome. So I went back to the double pointed needles, and I like those better as opposed to this, but it was a good tip for anybody else that wants to give it a try. So I will stick with Hiya Hiya double pointed needles for my decreasing. But yeah, so I love this colorway, and I think this is my favorite pattern of the 3 that I'm doing for winter hats. And of course, I've done my usual, sorry about that, dishcloths and coasters. This is TL Yarn Crafts Sunrise Coaster. This I do with a 5.5mm crochet hook, and I'm just using up my cotton yarn because for some reason I have quite a bit of it. And I'll test my memory to see what colors I use. This is a version of buttercream. Might be loops and threads or lily sugar and cream. I believe loops and threads calls it pastel ombre. And this is a pattern by Black Rose Stitches. It's a coral ridge cloth. So I made one of that color. I made one in beach glass. This is lily sugar and cream. I think this is hot purple, maybe, or dark orchid, I forget. This is loops and thread, lilac ombre, maybe. I love how it did that little design there, kind of like an X or a gingham. And Sunny Days Yellow. Getting a little too warm with this on. So I'll take that off. And let's see. I think that's all I've been working on. The blanket, the baskets, and the hats, and the dishcloths. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Well, again, I really appreciate you liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. I do thank you for that. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good rest of your week, and take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.